Reparations is the gateway to slavery. Now, slavery is evil. However, it is a practice that has been accepted in virtually every society longer than humans have recorded history. Now, how do we describe the value violation that makes it wrong? Because if we can't, we can and will slowly work our way back to the acceptance of this evil practice, one seemingly logical step at a time. The function of turning back to what was is called regression to the mean. And through this, we can work our way back to an unhealthy behavior that has been our default for almost the entirety of our existence. Assigning rights, value, and responsibilities to the individual rather than to humans as a group is a fundamental Christian belief that has been the basis for the U.S. governance, as well as our understanding of mental health since before the establishment of the United States. Respect for the individual explains why slavery is evil. Each human being has a fundamental right to the product of their being. Your thoughts, your labor, your freedom are all yours as unalienable rights, and each and every one of us has a responsibility to protect those rights for ourselves and for each other. Slavery is a profound violation of these primary rights of human being, which is the basis for our society and government, second only to the taking of life. Einstein is famously quoted as saying, "You cannot use the same thinking to solve a problem as was used to create it." Reparations uses fundamentally the same thinking model as slavery, but at a much lower level. This problematic thinking is due to the fact that some past event or specific feature gives some the right to take from one person or a group and give it to another. In the case of reparations, the idea is that we're making up for the sin of slavery. If we accept even one justification for why these rights can be removed, we will always find another and another and another, because this is what human beings have always done. The thinking model justifies slavery by stating that others have the right to take from the individual the product of their being, labor, and their possessions, to give it to those who are more deserving or have more value. The moment we find one way to justify, one reason to take these unalienable rights from one person or group, we will find justifications to continue. The natural result is slavery or eradication, such as Hitler's final solution. This evil thinking that has a natural and logical destination that our society as a whole agrees must be guarded against at almost any cost. But if we allow this thinking to grow in even the smallest way, we will absolutely return to the horrific but previously accepted practices that have been so pervasive throughout human history. While I agree that there is a fundamental disparity in our society based on arbitrary factors such as race, socioeconomic or educational level, attractiveness, gender, religion, or other equally inappropriate features, the moment we justify using law, force, or coercion to take from one individual or group to give it to another that we deem to be more deserving, we have started down the path to the evil that we know we must avoid. So how do we correct these imbalances? The only way we can correct these imbalances without perpetrating a greater evil is to have a society that encourages people to freely give to correct this difference rather than take to correct it. The moment we choose to take from others to correct this imbalance, we have become the evil that we're trying to correct. I suggest that every private charitable contribution to help others is reparations, and that has been happening since as long as America has existed. The money, time, and lives devoted by the Union during the Civil War was one step towards reparations. Every donation to the United Negro College Fund or the Thurgood Marshall College Fund is reparations. Donations to the National Black Child Development Institute, ACLU, NAACP Defense Fund, Habitat for Humanity, urban renewal donations, nonprofit loans for small businesses, clean water projects, or any number of thousands of efforts to help those in need is reparations that are happening every day freely and from a desire for a better world, not from guilt, force, or coercion of others. When we choose to sacrifice to make the world better and make up for the wrongs of the past, it is absolutely essential that we choose to sacrifice for ourselves, not force others to sacrifice to do what we think is right. If not, we become the agents of the evil that we're trying to heal.